Hey y'all, so it is Monday and I have officially started into Limitless by Alan Glenn, one of those. This is my read for Jinkies, a character who is a brainiac, and the story is following a man who discovers a drug which allows him to tap into like the other 90% of his brain, so he is constantly super smart. I think it's called like MDT-40 or something like that. Basically, every time he takes it, he just gets like a ton of energy and just cranks out as many tasks as possible. It's like his brain can't stop. And at this point, he is actually starting to get actually addicted to the drug. So he's been taking it constantly. And when he does take it, he doesn't really sleep. He doesn't really eat a lot. So he started to like lose weight. However, how he found out about the drug was from his ex-brother-in-law. And shortly after finding out about it, his ex-brother-in-law ends up dead. There's a mystery element, I guess. Thus far, I really don't know how to feel about this. There's a lot of random tirades into certain topics in which the main character will be like discussing something with another person, and suddenly he just has to tell us all of this stuff, basically trying to prove how smart he is. I understand the use of it. Doesn't necessarily mean I enjoy reading it, because most of the time it goes over my head, kind of making me feel the same way that those random paragraphs talking about music or fashion, or I think one was about radios in American Psycho did. I'm also in the middle of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I don't really have any opinions at this moment that aren't very spoilery. If you want to hear what I've said previously, go check out the last vlog. I'll link it over here. I've also been reading Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I think I'm starting to like get into the actual juice of the story, where Addie has officially made the deal with the demon darkness character thing. Her realizing that her family no longer knows who she is. That scene was really heartbreaking. It really hurt. But there's just been some really beautiful lines in this story. Like, V.E. Schwab's writing has been gorgeous. This is my first V.E. Schwab book, and I know this is pretty different from the rest of her stuff. If the rest of her writing is like this, I really need to pick up some more of her stuff. Anyway, that's it for right now. I'm probably gonna read some more Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, if I'm being honest, because that's my physical read, and I just want to dive into it some more. It's pretty good, but like the pages themselves are so long and the words are so small, and I would show you guys, but that book is helping to prop up my phone right now, so. Hey y'all, so it is Tuesday and I have gotten home. I've been doing a little bit of filming for a different video, which you guys are gonna see on Friday. So I have not quite hit the halfway point in Limitless / Darkfields, and what is this book about? It doesn't feel like it's about anything other than drugs. I was listening to it this morning while getting ready, and for a good bit of time, we had a lot of diving into the stock market, and in all honesty, not keeping me engaged. I work in the financial sector and I could follow along, but that does not mean it was interesting to read. I'm very much debating on DNFing this. That will be my 5th DNF this month. Wow. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm just like knocking out books left and right, saying no, no, no. However, on the opposite side, I have also been reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and guys, so many good lines in this that are just beautiful or relatable. I've officially met Henry, who is the boy that finally remembers Addie, and color me intrigued. We're getting to know him, and actually we are seeing from his point of view, which I don't think I knew, so that's cool. Something that I've just been so impressed with in this is that V.E. Schwab really puts you into Addie's mindset so well. She really makes you feel the loneliness that Addie is having to constantly battle with. I feel as though I've heard a lot of people talk about that you can't really get into a character's head as well if it's in third person compared to first, but honestly, I think V.E. Schwab has done an amazing job of doing just that. I really just feel so much for Addie. Like, I connect with her so deeply because I'm a giant extrovert and I like my alone time, but good Lord, if I had to go through this much of my life never having anyone to constantly talk to, I just part of me is debating on using this as a new Brainiac character book because Addie's been living for 300 years. She's incredibly smart. And then Henry actually works at a bookstore. So I feel as though both of them could be considered Brainiac characters. But I'm only 100 pages in and I still have 300 more to go. And I have 2 other books I still need to read for this readathon. So I don't know if I can do that all this week. That's a lot. I guess technically I have 1.5 other books I have to do this week. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna get some editing done. I might play Among Us with some friends tonight. I'm not sure yet. Oh, also, I finally painted my nails. I've been meaning to do this for a whole week and it finally happened. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday night and we are sprinting on my channel and I have officially finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I enjoyed this. I kind of have some conflicting feelings on it also, and I decided to use it in a different video, which you guys will be seeing later this week, so I'm kind of just going to hold off on reviewing it for now. I am going to be picking up the group book, which is One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, and this is a reread for me, so I'll probably get through it fairly quickly, so talk to you guys later. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I just needed to do a fast update. Hey guys, so it's Friday. I ended up staying at my brother's pretty late last night because we ended up finishing Star Wars Rebels. I cried like 3 times. It was an emotional ride, but it was so good. And now I'm very excited to get into Mandalorian next. I can't wait. I have been bouncing back and forth between reading One of Us is Lying, Addie LaRue, and the Bromance Book Club. So let's start with One of Us is Lying. This is a reread for me. This is the group read. Basically, it's like The Breakfast Club with a murder. I love The Breakfast Club. It's one of my favorite movies, and I genuinely really enjoy when there's those very tropey characters who slowly gain depth in a book. And honestly, One of Us is Lying does that for me. Because when we start out, all of the characters are walking teen stereotypes. Bronwyn's the brain, Addie's the princess, Cooper's the jock, and Nate is the criminal. And like, they all fit it so perfectly. I'm only like maybe 50 pages into this, but I'm just already remembering how much I enjoyed this story because I think the characters are just so fun. Again, they are definitely stereotypes. They are definitely so tropey, but I love it in this scenario. I also absolutely love that Morgan from Morgan's Chaotic World keeps sending me all of her theories for the mystery because obviously I've read this before, I know what happens, and she's just trying to figure it out, and it's cracking me up. I love it. Next, I've been reading Addie LaRue. This is my personal book club read, and I have been in love with this. The writing is phenomenal. The thing that I really love about this is it's so focused on the importance of relationships, how a lot of times we can take those kind of things for granted. Also, just we always complain about never having enough time, but Addie has all the time in the world, and yet she really can't do anything with it. And it's such a fascinating study. It's so well done. And the writing is just, oh, it's evocative, it's eloquent, it's gorgeous, it's just so immersive. I love the writing so much. If I had my physical book, I would show you how many lines I've tabbed because I've tabbed a lot. And then next, the Bromance Book Club. This is the book for the first of a series that the Sugar and Spice Club is reading. And I've kind of gone back and forth on if I wanted to read this in the past, but it is a contemporary romance, which is like my thing. I'm absolutely in love with this. This book is so freaking funny. It's a second chance romance focusing on this baseball player named Gavin, who essentially he and his wife have had issues and now they are probably about to get a divorce, and Gavin doesn't really want that to happen. So his friends, who are all a part of this secret book club, and it's all like other big name guys in Nashville, read romance books and basically use them to try and understand their wives better, to communicate with them and get better in like intimacy and explaining their feelings, fighting against toxic masculinity. It's fantastic. When I first went into this, I was pretty skeptical of that idea because is that gonna be enough to save some guy's marriage? But I have to say, the writing of how they use the romance books is fantastic. Like I said, pushing against toxic masculinity, learning to open up more, like understanding why certain things set their wives off. Overall, trying to improve communication, which I hate the miscommunication trope. Mwah, loving it. Love that. Anyway, yeah. So it's Friday. I need to finish One of Us is Lying by tomorrow, and I'm only like 50 pages in. So here's hoping I can do that. Hey y'all, I can't move because I have a puppy sleeping on me, but it's Saturday and I needed to do an actual update. I spent the night at Josh's last night and we went to get ramen, we played some video games. Today we went to our favorite taco place and that's literally all we did. We ate. It's the last day of the Scooby-Doo Readathon and I did not finish One of Us is Lying in time, but thankfully it was a reread for me, so I could still discuss the book and, you know, knew what was happening. We actually did a full-out book discussion, and honestly, I wish I could link to it because I think we had some really great discussion, but unfortunately, afterwards, we attempted to do a Scooby-Doo drinking game in honor of just, like, ending out on a fun note. And unfortunately, YouTube deleted the entire stream for copyright reasons because of Scooby-Doo. So, hi. No? Okay. Anyway, so I have also been finishing out the Bromance Book Club. I'm probably about halfway through and I freaking love this book. It's so good. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And then I'm gonna try and finish One of Us is Lying tonight, honestly, because I have like an hour left on the audiobook. I've only really read a little bit of it in audiobook style. I just prefer doing the physical read for this one because I'm rereading it and I love it. I'm gonna try and finish that tonight. And on that note, I think I'm just gonna officially wrap up this reading vlog because it's the end of the Scooby-Doo Readathon. The end of the first readathon I hosted. This was really cool. It was a very fun time. I really enjoyed it. I want to say thank you to all of my wonderful co-hosts. I'm going to put some links to them down below. You should go follow them if you aren't, because they're all wonderful people. As always, thank you so much for coming to my channel today, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday. But until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Bye!